Emperor Diocletian reigned from 284 AD until 305 AD. Until he gained control of Rome, the once great city had been constantly enveloped in conflict. Since the death of Marcus Aurelius, the last of the 5 good emperors in 180, Rome had been in almost constant disarray. For example, 235 AD until 284 is known as the crisis of the 3rd century. In less than 50 years, 25 emperors were assassinated either by their own troops, rivals, or angry rioters. Some years had as many as 4 emperors. And when one emperor died, there was always several people at once trying to take over Rome. People were dying left and right. Because of all the assassinations, the empire fell into disrepair. The gigantic Roman Empire began to lose land simply because Rome could probably have been ruled better by a 5-year-old hopped up on Skittles and Pepsi. When Diocletian came to power, he tried to end all of that. First, he tried to create rules of succession. In other words, when an emperor retires or is assassinated, Diocletian tried to set up a way where someone was able to take over instead of having a struggle for power. He reasoned that it would make a much smoother transition than thousands of people fighting and dying over a throne. Second, and more importantly, Diocletian split the Roman Empire in 2. The Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire. He believed that by breaking it into 2, Rome would be much easier to control. Both empires would be ruled by a sort of monarch, and that the 2 monarchs would talk about things if they ever had a problem with one another. Otherwise, they were mostly separate entities. Diocletian actually decided to control the Eastern Roman Empire, which did not actually have Rome in it. By this time, Rome was practically a stench-ridden armpit that had too many people, not enough troops, and not enough money. In contrast, the Eastern Roman Empire was more prosperous, richer, and in much less disarray. Diocletian's actions were able to stabilize the civilization for a little while. However, soon enough, the Western Roman Empire would come crumbling down, down,